And we are live. Looks like since 15 seconds already. That's a bit weird. Okay. YouTube coming for me. Interesting. All right. So I've got a live coming right now. And this is the follow-up to yesterday's absolutely mental, absolutely crazy experience that I had. And I'm just gonna share all of this on the channels. Okay, I'm not perfect in doing all of this instantly, so but the video is much more important, and I really don't have time to get into the technical details and this and that. I'm just not interested. Okay, that's just part of being me. I'm not exactly technically equipped. All right, so one more. Hang on. All right. What a day yesterday. What a day. And I want to get into reflections about everything that happened, because obviously this was very challenging for me and probably also challenging for the people that watched it. But here we go. Here we are. An incredible attack, an incredible hack of my subconscious and reality that I experienced yesterday. I just got the confirmation, as I said at the end yesterday, that Chris is absolutely fine and Kim is absolutely fine, and it was all a misunderstanding, and I absolutely look like the paranoid, crazy guy that I actually was yesterday. But you see, this is what I want to share with you, because this is first-hand experience of how our minds are being messed with, and we're really dealing with a very, very dark manipulative force that whose time here on planet Earth is now at the end. Okay, they're done. They're toast. Okay, the demi, you're over, mate. Okay, right to the source. We're gonna do a ritual today to hermetically seal that. Okay, so and I'm happy to look like the fool. I'm gonna walk you through the entire story, what happened yesterday again. For people who didn't watch yesterday and tuning in now, and also what has happened up to this point. And what a thing! What it basically initiated me into is to face my worst fears, and I became aware of things that I wasn't even aware of. I didn't even know they were so deep in the unconscious, so beyond the threshold of my conscious perception, that I didn't know they existed. And it's the deepest lying fear that I've had that I wasn't aware of. It's so deeply ingrained, like a big stone, like something really powerful and dark around my heart. And I got rid of it yesterday. I transformed it, or as we like to say, I slayed it. And that fear was not being loved and being all alone, and yeah, that it's never going to work for me. And I've talked about this entire week, and this entire week and this is kamikaze style. Okay, this is the nature of my being that I do things the kamikaze style. Go and look up what kamikaze means. I talked about the Japanese fighter jet that goes right into the enemy's territory and attacks. That's what I like to do, and I did it inside a week. So I had my birthday. We went to a birthday party from Saturday to Sunday. Techno party. Again, you see, common themes, pattern emerging. And I was there celebrating my birthday from Saturday to Sunday. My birthday is on the 28th of March. Turned 31, the other side of 13, the magical number 13. And like, yeah, wow, what a party, interesting, good. And before that, I had my first close connection with the wonderful girl that I know, whose name is Kimberly, who, yeah, I just trust her. And now I have full trust in her because she's alive. It's not like paranoid, shadow, psyche, deep thought. And that was being tapped yesterday by the Demiurge himself and by his minions, the Archons. You see, and I get into this because now finally I can do Navigating the Matrix with Natural Law Principles, episode 7. It's been pending, it's been waiting for a long time, and I was always like, yeah, I want to get it done now, but I can't get this done. This is the 7. When you take the T out of my name, okay, you've got the 7. What does it mean, you know? And so I knew I had to take the time with it, but now I can do it. Now I can do it. And kamikaze style, my entire fear has been coming up the whole week, bubbling up right to the crescendo yesterday, where I had a panic attack of my friend Chris and my the lovely girl Kimberly going to the techno party in an underground facility, okay, underground tunnel there. And by the way, there will also be a live stream interview that I'm going to have with my dear friend Chris on this, okay? Hey Chris, all right? So he shared on the Gnostic Takeover channel the following message, all right? Let me share this with you. And I want to say here, I want to have been the crazy, paranoid, schizophrenic, lunatic, and be shown that I was wrong. The number one thing that I didn't want with the video that I did yesterday, the number one thing that I didn't want is to be proven right. And that I don't have these two very, very important people in my life anymore. This is resurrection. This is not just some crazy theme that I make up and wow, look at what happened. It's Easter Sunday, for goodness sake. What the fuck is going on here, actually? I ask this question all the time. What is reality? What is this realm? Who am I? What am I doing here? And I keep coming up with taking the planet back, and then I don't know what it takes, but it takes a clean heart. And I got like so much trauma out of me yesterday. So I want to share with you what Chris wrote on the Gnostic Takeover community channel. It's really good. Okay. Man, Steve, brother, couldn't watch the whole thing. That was my stream yesterday, but it was a normal tech party with chill people. So he was there, okay? Chris was there at the tech party with Kimberly. But it was a normal tech party with chill people who are just in their tech stuff, but no bad vibes or anything. Sorry to say this, but you got completely hacked yesterday. Exactly. You know what intelligence is? When you prefer reality and the truth to what you feared it was. And am I happy that I look like a complete idiot today. And anyone who doesn't understand this is really deeply in the locked in the ego trap. You have to have respect for the truth, okay? And I think there's no better sign that I do this with integrity and with real heart, energy, and dedication, and the right intentions, that I put myself in front of camera yesterday, dog tired, but couldn't sleep, was completely nauseous yesterday. Put myself into the camera, looking like a bloody idiot. And completely out of my mind, completely scared individual, full of fear, like I started the video yesterday, but I had to do it this way. So there you go. So happy that I'm wrong. Okay. I did the video yesterday so that I am wrong. Okay. So Chris goes on. He's saying you got completely hacked yesterday. Yeah, that's a hack. They hacked the minds. They've got all these frequencies, these technically generated artificial frequencies, microwave spectrum, or you can also call it the radio frequency spectrum. Okay, these are the same. The microwave spectrum and the radio frequency spectrum is the same, and it ties into 5G and all the other Gs before that. So he continues on. Chris, no blood. Nothing, and I went there because I'm not scared of anything. And if there would have been any black magicians or whatever, I would have slayed them because they have no power anymore. And also Kim got her learning lesson that she won't meet people to have deep conversations at a party like this. It's nice that you care about others, but you do the same like government. You think you know better than the rest, and therefore you think you can decide for others and take away their self-responsibility and experiences which are needed for development. This is control, brother. Exactly right. The only difference is that I did let them decide. Okay, Chris? Because in my last conversation that I had with Kim, and I was going through my deepest fear. Okay, so I've absolute reason for being concerned. Because my mind is crazy and I've been studying Satanism for 8 years, okay? I decode things so quickly and I got a panic attack yesterday. I didn't have that ever before. So I hope I'm forgiven to have been a little bit concerned about my friends, if that's all right. So yes, there's control, of course, because when you drop into the heart, you have to let go of everything. You got to let it all go, Neo. Okay, like in the Matrix movie. Fear, doubt, free your mind. I didn't take anyone's self-responsibility because that's exactly the diametric opposite of what I'm all about. Okay, I'm all about self-responsibility. And I also taught that to Kim, and I said to her at the end, I trust you absolutely. Have a wonderful, wonderful night and enjoy your dance and just have a lovely time. And she did. Okay, she had her learning lesson apparently. I've not talked and spoken to her yet, which I will after this. So this is just a short wrap up from my perspective, so we can get Chris on later. And that is why you have to face government, you see. Government etymologically means mind control, okay? It comes from the root word gubinare, which means control, and from the word mentis, which means the mind control. What is the matrix? Control. Mind control. That's what it is. That's what all these technically generated artificial harmful frequencies in the microwave spectrum are. They are the spectrum of the matrix, the artificial reality that they really want to create. And that was a documentary movie. Of course it was. But they're failing miserably. And that is what I enacted. I enacted the responsibility yesterday. And I call upon the entire force, all the ancestors, all the allies, and the entire force of the source to help me through this. And I got released from that heart pain, and now it's cleared. So happy. And this is what we're going to be doing more and more now. Okay, this is where the Gnostic takeover really comes in. Okay, the Gnostic takeover first is you slay the empire of the enemies of life, which we're doing right now. Okay, I've got a very strong feeling we're going to see that manifest very, very soon. The timing is always up to the source. That's the one thing I do not have any influence over, which I'm very happy. And then we're going to do massive healing ceremonies. I'm talking about magic mushrooms, ayahuasca, San Pedro cactus, wachuma, peyote, fly agaric, whatever natural medicine we can have. We can also do cacao ceremony. Okay, cacao. What's it called in English? Cacao. Yeah, and all different sort of ceremonies that will heal us holistically. That's where we want to get to. Holistic healing. And I know I've been a little bit over the top. Okay, I've had a comment here also in Telegram which I want to respond to. Well, of course not everyone's going to like this. Okay, that's why I said this is only for heart-based people that really want to know the truth about what's going on in my life, uncensored, totally live, nothing cut out or anything. This is just pure my live streaming of consciousness that I share with the world, because that's how I get my healing. Okay, I'm a public speaker, and that's where my talent lies, is in alchemizing information. I'm an information alchemist, distilling the essence of my work that I'm doing, which is freedom. Freedom that is only possible under the natural order. This is the only authority that I subordinate myself to. Okay, that's where I face the death of the ego, because the natural order applies. It is what it is, and that's the biggest problem the demiurge has. Okay, that is the biggest problem that the demiurge has, that he took the decision that he can create it all by himself and copy from the original blueprint and invert it and make that a reality. But you're gonna come to your limits, and then you have to go back to the source. And the demiurge also represents our dark side, okay, our deepest fears. So on the one hand, I slay the bastard, and on the other hand, I have a lot of respect for the learning lessons that he teaches, because he really makes you go to your deepest fears and face them and transform them. But you see, that's the learning lesson of the involutionary force, that we learn out of those experiences and integrate them into our being and become stronger. But after that, he has to leave. And the archons, the enemies of life, have to leave, because they've served their learning lesson and their purpose toward creation in form of the involutionary force in what is a school of life. Okay, what else is this realm? We're here to learn. And I learned a massive lesson yesterday. A massive lesson, which I'm still going to decode. I'm going to take time to go into the forest and integrate all of that. Already, as I'm talking, that pressure here is freed, because I've had pressure here on my third eye. I also had pressure on my crown chakra yesterday. So massive transformational, massively transformational. The whole week has been massively transformational, and I'll share all about this in the coming days or so. I'm going to take more time, and I'm not gonna make it too long today. Only like maximum of half an hour. Let's see what I can come up with. And by the way, mate, Bernhard, I'm not speaking German because I'm speaking English. Okay, that is the language that I prefer, where I can express my feelings best and where I can do the commands in the best way. Okay, the most powerful thing that I've learned over the last few months, being a high commander. So, what a learning lesson. And that's just the nature of my being. I'm kamikaze style. When I want to transform something, that's why I'm also always a little bit impatient, because then I'm like, okay, I transformed that, give me more, give me more, give me more. So I can use all the knowledge. And when you reach that point, by the way, of facing your ultimate fear, you don't have to fear anything, because your entire life has been guiding you to that point. And you can put the puzzle pieces together, and everyone in their unique way can transform that fear into their core essence. And that's just what I had to do, because I've been suffering for so long in my life. Stopped suffering. My suffering got less and less since 2019, when I started public speaking, talking about 5G, digital totalitarianism, AI, and the smart grid. Okay, that was where I was traveling through Austria, holding lectures for free, for a free donation, because I'm no expert. Experts, they want money. Oh, when I give 1.5 hours, this costs a lot of time for me. 1.5 hour lecture costs, and we had this, 600 euros. Can you imagine? 600 euros for 1.5 hours. What a joke, man. What a joke. So, and my suffering got less and less, and now I just wanted to have the end of suffering. I've had enough. That's why I faced it. That's why I faced it without any psychedelic compounds. That is not necessary. These are healing plants, and they should be treated with respect, absolute respect, because they are actually our allies, and probably the ally of ayahuasca. No, probably, most certainly, the allies of ayahuasca and wachuma were definitely okay. I mentioned those two, and the magic mushrooms. They were present with me yesterday, and they helped me get through this. And I asked for that help. You see, I couldn't sleep. I was lying here, okay, in this bed. It's not really a bed. Okay, this is my stick also that I got yesterday as an anchor from nature. This is my bed. It's sort of like a couch. And I was lying there, couldn't sleep. And I asked for the allies for help. That's what I got. Do a live stream. Do a live stream. And then I was like, wow. When I have two witnesses, I complete the Trinity, and I create a new reality. Let me also explain how I got to this understanding. Is that Errol shared a very interesting story that tied into that. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna work. Wow, amazing. He had a food poisoning. Okay, they tried to kill Errol directly lots of times. It's hilarious. Actually not, but it is hilarious. They tried to take him out directly, but they couldn't do it. And one of those episodes was that he got a food poisoning. Okay, poisoned yogurt, I think, and it was just a little bit open. Someone put poison in there, and Errol was lying on the bathroom floor or by the toilet, and he was in agony, and he was about to die. That's what he knew, that was going to kill him. And what he did is, as he was in agony, he raised himself up and he said, "No, What does Neo say in The Matrix? The most powerful word in the universe is no. Because you're giving yourself the love and the confidence that you rise above anything. And that's transcendence. That's resurrection. And nothing happens to Errol. Because we are the ones who create our reality. We're the creative beings, not the enemies of life. They can only hijack our perception and create the reality that they want when we become a threat to them. And bloody hell do I want to become a threat to them, because you can only heal this situation by facing them directly. And that's what I came into this life to do, that, for the love of this planet. Why am I doing it? Because in my experience, no one else was doing it. How do you know that you have to do something when you know that no one else is doing it? That's where you know you have to do it. That's individuality. That's right action. That takes courage. And that's not easy. And just like with Errol's story, I rose above it yesterday and I was lying in the bed, couldn't sleep, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? And it was such a big hack, okay? Because I'm doing kamikaze style, transforming things that probably normally take months, if not years, to transform. And I started this process 2.5 weeks ago, and it's properly accelerated this last week. And I feel so good today. I feel so much lighter. So much calmer. Probably not even have these anger videos anymore. I don't even know if I can be angry again. Let's see. But this healing is for all of us. And we need assistance for healing, and that's where we need to ask for help also. And I did that by asking for help from the ancestors, from the allies, and from the entire force of the source. It was all there with me, and I could transform that. And in the end, I only had to speak my truth, my individual truth that you can see from yesterday's live stream, which was about 1 hour, 15 minutes. It was massive. Now I feel good. I feel really good and relaxed. So I'm going to end this broadcast now and leave it to you. And I hope you have a lovely day. Much love. Peace.